is kind of a weird character when it comes to fighting against one if you haven't played against them before. Just, setting up terrain, setting up the shields left up, having an extra buddy, hang out.
Yeah.
Um, but someone of Girphquake's caliber has definitely seen their fair share of Stevens. Has probably played Moises in the past, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I expect this to be a good match either way. Uh, Basically, needs to just once the Candy Buddy's down, it's so hard to choose your options, quote unquote, correctly. Because like
Mm.
sometimes you're supposed to ignore it, sometimes you have to go after Steven. The risk reward for each is kind of skewed all of a sudden. Another character on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Moises doesn't actually have to do anything with the other character, right? It's just kind of like, oh, he's gonna do his own thing. If he dies, whatever. If he gets a hit that I can combo off of, great. But we're going into Sky Arena here as immediately placing down the buddy, and immediately he's like that one friend on Friendsgiving who like stops in, drops off some mashed potatoes, like I actually got a dip, I got another one to go to.
I think if there's a potential for an upset within this tournament, we're looking at it, right? I mean, Moises is someone who we haven't seen in quite some time, so we don't know, how practiced they are. However, just based on previous performances, they've definitely disrupted the flow of things as Girphquake just tracks and tracks and tracks all the way to the first stock. Let me not curse this gamer this early in the tournament.
Yeah, as all of a sudden Moises is down, basically a full stock is starting to get something going. 84 points of heat on Harley Quinn here. The bear to up air chain. Honestly, the shield bouncing Steven down worked out in Harley's favor. As we see Steven getting pushed off the side. Honestly, Girphquake, when chose for a lot of that to just ignore the Candy Buddy, the teammate, and just try to kill Steven. Finally getting the first stock. Moises is down 80-ish heat. We'll see how he tries to bring this back here.
Yeah, prior to this, I'm thinking about my analysis and how Girphquake will play into Steven universe. I'm thinking, and the first thing I thought to myself was, just be aware of the mallet, be aware of the neutral attack, the neutral air. For moments like this, right? To get rid of the Candy Buddy, Harley's neutral air is so strong. And again, be aware of the mallet. There, like I literally just said. So as he uses the nair to get the second stock, it's a really good tactic to use against Steven Universe for this reason. It has good range. You can basically 360 with the damn thing. And Steven Universe has a really strong nair as well, and a good way to counter that nair is with your own hammer. So I think that's something we can expect Girphquake to use quite a bit during this series.
Yeah, one thing also, the Bat Bomb's coming out. One of Harley's strongest tools. We see it utilized over and over again as Moises evens up the stock count here. Steven does have the ability to kind of game one going to Girphquake, but just to quickly finish up my point, Steven does have the ability to take over the bomb, and if he does, Steven does have pretty good ways to combo off of the explosion, even at mid to high damage numbers. So I'm interested to see if we see Moises take advantage of that, or if Girphquake is just so past that, is just so aware, so ahead of it, that it's not going to be a problem. As we
have to see.
Girphquake just immediately running in, no fear for his own life, and just now getting juggled up and down. 63 is not bad for an opening combo, especially with Girphquake now just off the side of the stage.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a smart play here from Girphquake to wait out the Rose Bomb. You know, just barely dodging their own bat bomb as well. It could have been a problem if that blew up on them on the side. Oh, interesting. Okay, Moises is able to get a nice, first stock there. Only at 48 heat as well. This is definitely looking pretty solid for them at the moment, but we'll have to continue to see it out. You know, the game one can definitely be a toss-up in some of these series, especially if one or both players just haven't practiced or haven't played against that particular character in a while, and they kind of need to make an adjustment. So we'll have to see if Moises is able to continue to keep that chip damage going. All right, I mean, anything that you can do to just hurt Girphquake before they get their first stock, because Girphquake is not going to get 3 stock, is going to be huge for you. Interesting way to dodge lane off of the shield and try to use the Rose Bomb. That was actually a smart tactic.
It is interesting, and it's been really working out for Moises just to slow down the gameplay just a little bit, just to make sure that instead of trying to put out some big hitboxes for Girphquake to run into, to just kind of wait out Girphquake, let Girphquake choose certain options. Oh, as he gets caught trying to stall out a little bit. And that's really how Moises has been finding a lot of these hits. But when you're off stage, you can't really wait that long. But great conversion, bringing him up 2-1.
Ooh, yeah, Nair into up air, pretty much gonna work out for you every time there on that particular character. Using the shield to just keep Girphquake inside. That Nair coming out again to get that Candy Buddy off stage. Again, Nair into Dare, but the tech does allow Girphquake to get out. This is a pretty intense matchup indeed.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it's nice to see that although we haven't seen Moises in a while, Moises is definitely in tip-top shape in playing the Steven Universe that we always remember seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it is, like I said, Moises is really trying to force the game pace a little bit down, while Girphquake is just hunting and whiffing these aerials. But as soon as Girphquake finally catches him, huge amounts of damage coming out. Moises almost at kill levels of heat. One more strong hit will do it, a Nair or neutral attack, while we see Steven just waiting out in the upper corner. Great neutral attack. 82 points of heat though on Girphquake. That does mean 2 or 3 more in a row. I lied, it was 1 more fraction before he died. I didn't realize that he would just get popped up like that.
That was exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we started to see vintage Girphquake come out there towards the end, right? One of the great benefits that Girphquake has is being a very bouncy and quick character, right? The movement is kind of all over the place, and you're not always ready for how fast Girphquake can get from one side of the platform to the other. So we started to kind of see that towards the end. Didn't quite work out the way that Girphquake would want it to. But again, this is a series. This is exactly what I expected it to be.
Yeah, Moises definitely woke up a little bit somewhere in that in game 2, just like early on. There's just like he remembered something about the matchup, you know? That was He's like, "Oh yeah, this is how I'm supposed to do it this way." That's right. That's right. And he executed his plan. He did a great job. We got some Day of the Dead makeup, it looks like.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah. As the player is readied up, and we're gonna head into game 3 here. Man, I don't know what Girphquake does differently. I, I, fe- I feel like the correct answer is just to turn up the aggression one more, like another notch.
Yeah,
If it was at a
I
10,
agree.
you need to go an 11. You know, that's you just really can't let Steven relax. You can't let him sit down and have a cup of tea ever, you know? The
It's
moment
true. And
the moment he breathes, he's gonna start setting up those shields,
yeah,
planting his buddy down, and then you know, the damage numbers go up so slowly. Sometimes you aren't super aware as like a spectator, but as a player, it's real frustrating when you're like, every time I'm at 90 heat because he keeps hitting me with a 7 damage move over and over again. I
no, so it's so true. Getting into game 3 there, this is pretty much it. I mean, we could see a potential upset. However, I mean, it's Girphquake, so this is the type of matchup that you expect. They will be able
oh
to come out on top here. Currently, though, I mean, both players are really just throwing everything that they have in the kitchen sink at each other, and just missing everything for the most part. But some good chip damage coming out from Girphquake, which is why he has a pretty solid lead on Moises at the moment.
yeah, we see them dancing around just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of good hits will put Moises in a real precarious position, but we see Moises bringing it back slowly but surely. Girphquake said, "Nah, no, actually, you don't get a +1 at this event. You should ask me beforehand." It's really popped as soon as he showed up at the door and closed it on his face. It's like DJ Jazzy Jeff. I don't know if there's a Gen Z equivalent, but Uncle Girf's just throwing you out the front door. But unfortunately, Moises is the one finding the first kill, and we see Girphquake able to even it up quickly at the very least, as it kind of feels like Girphquake had the real early control, and it was just slowly slipping out of their hands.
Yeah, ever so slightly. I mean, that first stock was pretty. It was pretty wild. I mean, they were all over the place. I think about. I used to coach a soccer league for like 4 and 5-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, the chaos that ensues on that on that field kind of reminds me of that first stock. We're just like left, right, up, down, bounce, kick, and everything's missing. Something's hit every now and then, but like nothing true is actually connected here. It's currently 1-1, so again, pretty even. Both players, damage wise, even. They're kind of just doing everything that they can to get as much damage off as possible. Girphquake getting a nice nair off the side there. Couldn't follow up with the dare though. Bat bomb out. Gonna try to throw it there at Steven if possible, but of course the shield being so annoying. And it's what you would expect from a Steven Universe player, man. I mean, if you have projectiles, it's a tough battle indeed. Candy Kid trying to be sour, can't be too sour though. It's kind of just holding there, just throwing some punches.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if one of those hit and killed.
Oh boy.
But not able to catch. That's so unfortunate that up air didn't catch Moises, but good on Moises to immediately recognize his turn, able to start swinging on the Harley and close out that stock. Girphquake is now down a stock and needs to find something.
Yeah.
Not quite able to connect into a kill there.
You can see that Girphquake started to respect Moises spacing there, coming
Yeah.
up, onto that third stock, understanding what's at line, what's at stake here. Gets the second stock there, and also eliminates the Candy Kid as well. So now we're moving on to the final stock. Both players, I mean, as close together as you can possibly be at this moment. This is, mind you, winners round 2, and we're having a challenge like none other between two fantastic players. So both Moises and Girphquake understand what's at stake. They're trying their best to be as safe as possible, but also use enough aggression to get the job done. Girphquake back on stage, trying to get the Candy Kid off, but can't quite do it. Dodges that punch. The Nair continues to come out there. Very useful tool to get rid of the clone. Bat Bomb connected. Maybe he can use it as for a combo. No, but can't quite do so. Moises is doing a really good job of just understanding what to stay away from and just do it, right?
Yeah. I feel like I should have known this, but Moises definitely converted the bat bomb while it was attached to him. I feel like I should have known that Steven could do that.
Wait,
but,
really? I missed
yeah.
that. I missed that. Oh shit.
But either way, Girphquake finding the hit. Oh, one more hit. Oh,
Oh.
trying to find it, hunting for it so aggressively.
Oh! Girphquake pulls it off. That's nuts, man.